Very good morning to all. It's my pleasure to introduce today's chief guest, Dr. R. Anandam, MA PhD. He is the assistant professor in English at UHSN College, Virudhunagar, Tamil Nadu. He has much interested in English language teaching. He did his project on the topic UGC minor project on the year 2016. He is well versed in English. He also published 5 books for the betterment of the students. They are Communication Skills in English, English Language Skills, Introduction to Linguistics, UGC Net SLET Paper 1, and the book on Value Education. Today's topic is drafting effective lesson plans for integrating LR skills in teaching. Let us watch mind-charming session from Dr. R. Anandam. Thank you.
Hello everybody, welcome to my video lesson on drafting effective lesson plan for integrating listening and reading skills in teaching. The objective of this video lesson is to demonstrate how to integrate Kahoot for teaching listening and reading skills. In this video, you will learn how to create a quiz for learners in Kahoot, to assess students' comprehension on a specific topic, to create and assign games as assignment. Let me give a short introduction to Kahoot. Kahoot is a free game-based learning platform. Launched in August 2013 from Norway, Kahoot is now played by over 50 million people in 180 countries. It can be used in classrooms and other learning environments. Kahoot's learning games are multiple choice quizzes that can be created by anyone and are not restricted as to age level or subject matter. As Kahoot may be played using any device, desktop or laptop with a web browser, it is popular in classes with bring your own device policies. First, we shall discuss how to integrate Kahoot for teaching listening skill. Some of the important concepts of listening are: listening is an active process of receiving and interpreting the spoken word. There are 2 purposes for listening. They are interactional, where the focus is on socializing, and transactional, where the focus is on communication of information. There are 2 strategies for listening comprehension. They are bottom-up processing, where the listener depends only on the grammatical knowledge for understanding meaning, and top-down processing, where the listener relies on the background knowledge for understanding the message. Okay, let us do an activity on listening.
It always strikes me how people think about their presentations or how they prepare their presentations. And I'm actually talking about the first words, the first sentences of a presentation. What most people do is they think of a presentation, so automatically you think about a PowerPoint. So you make your slides. You look at your slides and you think about what will I say showing each slide. But my question to you is this: what are your first words? What are the first sentences? Very few people think about that. Just think a minute about the presentations that you have already seen in the past, maybe the presentations that you have done yourself. There is a cliché sentence that most speakers use to introduce their topic. They say something like, "Good morning, good afternoon, my name is," if they don't know you. And then there is this typical sentence, "Today I'm going to talk to you about." Now you might say, so what's the problem? The problem with this sentence is that you're actually answering the wrong question. You're answering the what question. What are you going to do? I'm going to talk about. If you think about it, most audiences know what you're going to talk about. Either you are introduced, or there is a program, or there is a meeting, so there is an agenda, so people know what your topic is all about. The most interesting question to answer is the why question. Why are you there to talk about this topic? And even more important, why is it important for the audience to listen to you? So my advice for you is to focus on the why question. Now, how can you do that? I advise people to focus on a story to begin their presentation. Now, if you think about stories, stories begin with a time frame. Just look at fairy tales. They start with once upon a time. I'm not going to suggest that you start your professional presentation with once upon a time, but you can start with a time frame, something like yesterday, 2 weeks ago, last year, 3 months ago. Now, what's the kind of story that you can share then? Use real stories. It has to be something that happened to you. It has to be something that you heard. So you can refer to a conversation you had with a colleague. You can say something like, yesterday I had a conversation with, but then there has to be a reason why you referred to that conversation. And there is this linking sentence that I use in lots of presentations. I tell my story, and then I continue saying, now why do I tell you this? Because my objective or my goal with this presentation is to. So what you can do is be very conscious of the company stories, I might say. It can be something that happened with a customer. It can be an article you read. It can be something that you heard about. It can be a conversation you had. So use these stories to begin your presentation, link them to your goal, and it will be so much more interesting for your audience because it will be crystal clear for them from the very first minute why it is important to them. So next time you prepare your presentation, focus on that why question and tell them a story.
I hope you have listened to the video effectively. It's time for assessment. Let us play a Kahoot quiz. There are 5 questions to answer. Go to the web page kahoot.it, enter the game pin and start playing the game based on the video. I am sure you enjoyed the game which assessed your listening comprehension. Now let us think of using Kahoot for teaching reading skill. Some of the important aspects of reading are: reading is a decoding process in which the reader interacts with the text and constructs meaning by using mental faculties like the knowledge of the language and the knowledge of the verb. Hence, Kenneth Goodman calls it a psycholinguistic guessing game. Reading can be classified into 2 categories. They are reading for pleasure, where the sense of enjoyment assumes primary importance, and reading for information, where facts assumes significance. There are 4 types of reading depending on the purpose. Skimming refers to looking over a text to get the general idea of the content. For instance, looking at the title of the book, going through the contents page. Scanning refers to searching for a specific piece of information. For example, looking up a dictionary to find out the meaning of a particular word. Extensive reading refers to reading longer texts like a novel or a short story, mainly for pleasure. The reading speed is rapid. The aim is global understanding of the text. Intensive reading refers to reading shorter texts like a report or a map for extracting information. The reading speed is slow but intense. The 2 strategies that are typically used in reading are bottom-up processing, where inputs like words and grammar are the sources of meaning, and top-down processing, where the words and sentences spoken by the speaker are related to the context to make inferences. Now it's time for activity on reading comprehension. That was an interesting video, isn't it? You can click the given URL to start playing the game. Please go to the Kahoot web page and enter the game pin and proceed to complete the quiz. Here are some of the tips for creating a Kahoot quiz. You can go to the web page kahoot.com and follow these steps to create a Kahoot quiz for your learners. I think the steps are self-explanatory, so you can try your hands. The previous slide was on creating a quiz. This is all about conducting a quiz in the classroom. You can try your hands using these steps in the classroom. What is the need for integrating technology in education? Technology has greatly changed the teaching learning process these days. But remember, technology is just a tool. It cannot replace teachers, but it has the potential to replace teachers who use technology with teachers who do not. So let us embrace technology and embark new horizon in education. Thank you.